Welcome back, everybody, to another deck review video. This time, we're checking out Enel. We're going to be checking out Yonas's Enel, who just took first place at the US Nationals. And yeah, it was crazy watching all of this play out. He beat Zoro versus the when he was in top 4, putting him into top 2, and then took 2 games against Sakazuki. It was close though. It was close, and it was really fun to watch. So let's break down the list. We got 3 Sarahoshis, 4 Katakuris, 4 Bej, 3 Sanjis, 4 Yamatos, 4 Enels, 4 Ohms, 4 Gadatsus, 2 Kanis, 4 Satoris, 4 Shuras, 4 Holies, 3 Brules, and 3 Amarus. And overall, this deck is pretty solid. I've seen different variants, and it basically has the normal engine that you would see within Enel. I have also been practicing this at our local game store a lot, because it's quite a fun deck to play. If you're looking at getting into yellow, I know the Katakuris are usually the stopgap. I would argue that you don't need to run like 4, maybe in Enel. Enel is very, very good when you're putting things back on your life. So I know Katakuri plays less, but overall, if you didn't have all of the Katakuris, I believe that you could run this list with 3, potentially 2, and then throw some other things around, like throw a Sanji in if you got it, maybe throw in more 2k counter, but solid list overall. And yeah, took first place, so clearly did well. We're going to now just hop into some games, so I'll see you guys over there. Hey you guys, welcome into the first match. It looks like we're up against Sakazuki. This is a strange hand. There's no real way to start early, so we're just going to mull this. I think this is a much better hand, especially since we got Shura, and we're going first, so we'll just go in there. So, of course, against Sakazuki, we want to apply the pressure as soon as we can, and ultimately, it's fine for us to take life. If we had potentially a Gadatsu in hand, we're not even going to hit a Gadatsu here, but I think what we'll do is we will grab Ohm here to try to get Doggo. We don't have a dog in hand, but we might by that time. We'll swing 6 here to get some counter out of hand or his first life. If we get counter, that's even better. If he takes his first life, kind of isn't the greatest. Yeah, that's what we want. But just because we want the Gadatsu value in case we did draw Gadatsu on the next turn. But even if we don't, we'll be able to play out our Ohm here, hopefully hitting a Doggo. If not, we're still fine. He's going to become a 6k at some point once we get down to lower life. This also gets to potentially grab us an extra card to play. And overall, since he's swinging in like this, we're just going to take the life. Yep, use trigger. Look at that. We got the Gadatsu off of that. So out of these, we probably want to pitch. I'm going to pitch even though the Amaru can rest, I think I'm going to pitch the Amaru here. Oh, I clicked twice. Oh no. I got rid of oh no, that's fine. I got rid of an Ohm, which is what I wanted to get rid of. I just wanted to get rid of this Ohm. Ooh, crisis averted. So he's playing a Rebecca to get back most likely the Hina. Nope. Yes, getting the Hina in, which is fine. Can't really do much else. Draw Dawn. So we can remove the Hina here with the first Gadatsu. And then, actually, let's remove the Rebecca with the first Gadatsu, just because then we can swing in for 5. So we'll remove the Rebecca. We'll swing in for 5. Probably get a 1k out of hand. If we get the life, even better. That's fine, because we're just going to Gadatsu next turn. and take out the Hina. Now we can't kill a Lucci or something if he has it in hand here, but that's honestly still okay. Most likely would have played it last turn to pop the Sarahoshi and the Shura, but we'll see. We'll see what he's got. I think overall, we're still sitting pretty. We have plenty of 2K, we have plenty of counter in hand, and we'll still be able to pop the Hina no matter what. Now, my personal guess here is we're losing the Gadatsu, right? He's investing as much into that Gadatsu as he possibly can. I don't blame him. Gadatsu is one of those cards that when it gets its value, I mean, it's a 6K body on a 5 cost, and it removes something, but Gadatsu loses a lot of value later on. You're going to want to play your Gadatsus early and get in as much removal as you can. That's why sometimes you don't even want to swing. Sometimes you just kind of want to wait it out. Now, if I had to guess, we're going to get Lucci'd here, and he's going to remove the Shura and the Gadatsu, which is happening. And that's okay. We're going to be able to remove the Lucci ourselves in a little bit here. Because depending on how much we get hit, we have a Yamato coming. So that should be okay. I mean, he had to play out some of his 2K counter. I think we take this. Yep, no trigger. That's fine. We got even another Gadatsu. It would have been better if we've gotten some more trigger in. We are going to counter out of this one, just because we don't want to get too low on life. And I think ultimately we'll throw a Gadatsu, because he's going to become not as good later on. But we can draw our card. We can play draw our Dawn. We can play our Gadatsu down. We can pop. And then what we can do is we can Dawn up and swing 7. We'll probably take the life here. And if that is true, that's fine. That's totally fine. If we get counter out of hand, it's even better. Because we know we have a Yamato coming up. And we get to take at least one hit. Because we want to go down to 1. See, we're getting counter out of hand. That's just cards he won't be able to play. So now he's going to want to remove this Gadatsu. Potentially he has a way to do that. He might have Houndblaze in hand. Might be thinking, okay, how can I take this out? And ultimately, that's fine. You can invest into Gadatsu as much as you want, because we're going to just start dropping our Yamatos, getting our big bodies in, and start doing our high swings. And overall, even if we had to go down to 1 life and we didn't have the Yamato, I think we'd be okay. We don't necessarily have to pop the Lucci here. We could actually pop the Rebecca, but I think we'll save the Rebecca for the second swing. Yep, Houndblaze. There it comes. So, gonna swing at us for, what, 8 here? We're gonna take this one. So, we'll say that's fine. No trigger. Now, we have 2 options. I think the best option here is to play our Yamato still, because then we actually get to either pop the Lucci or the Rebecca. We're going to pop the Lucci just so we don't get attacked. So we're going to play you down. We're going to pop the Lucci. We're going to get our extra life. Then we're going to swing in here for 5K, and we're either going to get a block or he's going to invest into Hina. Yep, we got the block. That's even better. And now we're sitting pretty. We can once again take another hit. We're fine. We have all of the counter in the entire world. We have a blocker we can play out. We have another life after the Yamato. And it seems right now we kind of, Sakazuki's trying to figure out, okay, what can I do and how, what can I invest to remove this? We're going to get hit by the Mihawk to get bottom decked. I don't see a lot of Sakazuki's running the Mihawk, but ultimately that's fine. We can counter out of this and then we'll just say go. So I think I am going to take this just because it could be a trigger, which it is. And I kind of don't want to take it. Just because, well, actually, no. What we can do, we can use this trigger. We can trash 2 cards. We can trash these 2. And then we're going to go back up on a life here, right? Now we'll draw our card. We'll be able to draw our Dawn. We will play out. We will put this at the top of our life so we can draw some more cards. And then, you know what? We're going to just swing on in or a free kill onto the Hina. Just because that way he has a 9k swing, he has a 5k swing, so he can hit us twice. That's okay. We kind of want him to trigger as many things as we possibly can. I will take an extra card in hand. I will take whatever these triggers are. And now we have something in case he swings with the Mihawk. We can take the Mihawk. Now, once again, looks like he most likely is playing this to draw a card, not necessarily to take out the Katakuri. We could get hit by something, but we'll just have to wait and see. If he doesn't swing into life here, then we will swing into him, basically. Oh wow, he did get the Ice Age. So potentially we're gonna see another Hound Blaze here, bottom decking the Katakuri. Kind of crazy. I think we take at least this one. We'll trigger it. We will drop let's drop Doggo and one of the Yamatos. Did we drop one of the Yamatos? I think so. Which is fine. I almost thought about dropping the Sanji here. And then we take this as well. No trigger. See, this is why we got rid of one of the Yamatos, because we have too many. So drop the Yamato, KO, get the life. Now we can swing in for 6, which is going to be a take. He has no counter left in hand, and that's fine. So ultimately, we're basically going to get attacked into by this 9. Oh, trying to search. Searching for, what are you going to hit? Going to get something that you need. Let's see. They got... Where do they get it? They got a Great Eruption. Which they're going to use to draw a card. Now, if they're able to remove the Yamato here, it's kind of crazy to me. But wouldn't be the end of the world. Once again, we can easily take a hit because we have another Yamato. So we're getting plenty of triggers. And we have plenty of cards in hand where they're running out of cards. So even if we take 1 life from one of these swings, most likely we'll counter out of the 8k if they do attack in with 8k. If not, then yeah. They're just trying to figure out what they want back in hand. They're getting a TCG for the counter. And then if they're probably not going to put anything in because these are probably both counter and they don't necessarily need it. So let's see. We're going to get attacked for 7. No, 8. So that's 2 2Ks. So we will give them 2 2Ks. And then we're going to get hit for 9. And we will take this. Trigger. We got a blocker out of that. Even better. We will draw our card. Now, we could have, if we wanted to, just because we can't really pop anything other than brand new. We're not going to be able to pop the Rebecca. We could have potentially also countered out of that. But I think ultimately this is the better way of handling it. Now, what we do here, I think we swing in to get the Rebecca block, the Rebecca block here. We swing 9 into 9. So we're either going to get counter or we're going to get the Rebecca block. Either is fine. Okay, we got the counter. That's fine with me. We'll swing 6. So now we're either going to get the Rebecca block here or the life. We got the life. Okay. Now we could have tried to go for the life there instead, but I wanted the 2k counter off the Mihawk, just because if he gave us the Mihawk or the block, ultimately that would have been better for us. Because now, what are they going to do? Invest all of their Dawn or invest a lot into removing one of the Yamatos? Most likely not. Are they going to invest a lot into trying to kill us? Potentially. But we have a blocker. We have our life trigger because we can still cycle out our life just like good old Enel likes to. So we're going to get hit for 7. I think we take this first one. Yep. That's why you take it. Now, because most likely this Brûlée is going to get bottom decked. Nope, it's not. But if they swing again, yeah, didn't think so. All right. So now we can easily invest quite a bit into just swinging in. So I think we start with swinging 11. They might take this. Nope, they don't. They don't feel comfortable taking it. We'll swing for 11. We're probably going to get the other blocker here. Nope, we got the life. Okay. And now, part of me doesn't think we even need to swing in, but we're going to. Just because actually, we might as well. Because we can swing for another 11. We're going to get the other blocker here. I don't know why I thought I shouldn't swing. And now, what? We have 2 blocks, 1 life. We can cycle that life. So we have to get hit 3 times in order to die. We have plenty of counter to survive. They only have 4 cards in hand. So either they're going to try to block up here. Also, I think what I'm going to do early is if they do swing first, we're going to use our blockers before they get killed. Because right now they could just straight up Lucci remove. Well, they would have to minus. They'd have to minus them both. But you can easily minus with leader ability. So what we're going to end up doing is using one of them, if not both of them, as soon as we can. Now, if he's swinging just 5, I'm tempted not to, because this is an easy 1k counter. And I think that's better than wasting the block in case he doesn't have the attack. So I think we just do no block and we give him the Gadatsu. Because the Gadatsu gets us no value now. Because if you do remove both of them, I mean, you minus costed the wrong thing as well. I think if he had a Lucci in hand, they would have minus the Brûlée. They're thinking right now, probably, how do I get out of this one? How am I gonna survive? And it's looking, ooh, interesting. Getting the blocker out. Draw 2, trash 2. Getting more counter in hand. Getting potentially, there's the Lucci, but they already they might have a Rebecca. They might have gone a Rebecca out of that to get the Lucci back anyways. But they can't do both of those. And right now we have another 3 11k swings coming in, which basically should be game. Sakazuki doesn't run a lot of counter. Now, if they attack 10k into, let's say, the Yamato here, yeah, we can just give them a 2k just because we know nothing else is going to happen. We draw our card. And now we start here. Swing 11. We're going to get a block. We swing 11. We're going to get another block. And then we finish off by swinging 11 here. And that should be game. And that, just like that, Enel is really rough. I mean, that last life, as you can see, wasn't the best. But even then, this goes to hand. We can use this to cycle if we really, really want to, instead of dropping our 1Ks. Or we know that we can cycle and then put the Sarahoshi back on life. Potentially, we don't want to do that just because we're going to lose a Brûlé, but ultimately, that actually might be worth doing. Well, that was the Jonas's Enel list. Let me know what you guys think. I think Enel as a leader is very strong, mainly because his ability is strange to play around, and a lot of people get really weary of it or play directly into it, because Enel needs to get brought down to either no life and hope they don't have a Katakuri or a Yamato, but clearly you're running 8 of those. I mean, you're running 4 and 4. So you getting a life back is pretty strong and pretty capable of doing, as well as a Maru can get you a life back. So it's kind of hard to get him down to the 0 life. And then if you're just swinging into him to potentially get him to cycle his life out, you're just giving him more value to potentially hit a trigger. So how I always feel like the advice against Enel is to take your life earlier, because then his Gadatsus aren't going to get as much value. And then try to starve them out. Basically, try to control the board as much as you possibly can and get them to use that counter. Because if you're swinging into life and things like that, they're going to just take that as much as possible. If you can get them down to 2 life, that's probably a good range, because then they're not going to get full Yamato value, and they might not potentially have a way. And then the other thing is for Katakuri, you just kind of want to get rid of the Katakuri targets, which are going to be the Sarahoshis, the Brûlés, because that is the other option, actually, which would have probably been the better option, is if we played out and popped the Sarahoshi, because we had plenty of counter in hand, and put a Brûlé onto life, because then we know, hey, we're going to get this blocker out anyways. Now, of course, Bedge is also very, very good at getting on life. If you can put a Bedge as your last life and show it to them with a Katakuri, they will start doing their best to make sure that they play around that, and you can use that to your advantage. To me, this deck is quite good at setting up quickly as well, because you got your ohms to get your doggos out to then start getting that board position. But overall, it's a fun deck. Enel is a fun leader. If you're looking at getting into yellow, I know Katakuri and Enel are the big 2. I prefer Enel just because it's more of my play style. If you enjoy Katakuri more, that is totally fine. If you guys have any Katakuri lists you would like to see, I am down to give them a try, because I need to be practicing Katakuri more. One of the things I do to improve in this game is to play as many decks as I possibly can and try to learn to pilot them the best I can while sticking to whatever my main list may be, because it's nice to be able to understand, okay, what is my opponent thinking, because I have played a similar list or I've played that leader. What do they like? What do they not like? And Enel is one of those that if you can control their board well enough while keeping them at a low enough life to set up yourself, you can then take the win. I mean, it's easier said than done. As I said, Enel is a very strange leader to play around. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have any tips for fighting Enel, or if how you guys feel about the list. Let me know if there's any other list that you would like me to try. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. I guess to the channel, like the video. Dear, I am so bad at this. But thank you guys for everything, all of the support, and we'll just keep putting these out. I hope you guys enjoy. Have a great rest of your night, your morning, or your day, whatever it might be. I'll catch you guys next time. As always, stay savage. Bye, you guys. Take care, everybody.